So can we talk about Mike Tyson fighting Roy Jones Jr. in November?
Yeah, it's one that I'm looking forward to. I know you're not looking forward to it, but I am.
Well, so initially I thought I am, there's a part of me that's really troubled by it, but the more I understand why they're fighting, I guess the more I'm getting my head around it. Essentially, Mike Tyson has reached out to Roy Jones, and I think they've carved out their own little like production situation. So they don't have like promoters like, I know Don King isn't around, but no one's going to be like grabbing at their money in a way that in the past they only get a certain amount of it. So they put together this event that is an exhibition in November. The two of them are going to fight 8 rounds. Apparently they're going to wear 12-ounce gloves with headgear or without, or they're going to wear 16-ounce gloves without headgear. Roy Jones wants to wear 16-ounce gloves without headgear. Tyson's group want the event to be with 12-ounce gloves, and I think without headgear as well. So the perspective is championship fights are fought with either 10-ounce, usually 10-ounce gloves. So 12 ounces is just a little bit more. 16 ounces is pillows basically on their hands. Yeah, so that's basically the context of what's happening. Tyson reached out to Roy Jones. He was considering a bunch of different people like Evander Holyfield and even Tyson Fury and just some like fucking celebrities and shit like that. They decided on Roy Jones. So I'll stop there. Tell me what your thoughts are, and then I've actually got some clips lined up to at least to position why I'm troubled with this, and then we can talk about why. Fuck it, let's just if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen.
For me, I'm like they chose Roy Jones strategically. He's old. He's been past his prime for a very long time now. Like, don't get me wrong. If he fought Tyson Fury, he's getting fucked up, dude. Like, I don't understand Tyson Fury at all. Like physically, like you look at the guy and you're like, I don't get how you. Like, he's so weird. Watching him fight is absolutely hilarious. It's like watching the Iron Giant in a boxing match. So, like long and like he's anyway. Um, like that just wouldn't have gone well. He's just fucked up Deontay Wilder, who was looking like Tyson in his prime with that right hand for a while. So we're definitely I think one of them is going to be dropped. I mean, realistically, like I think they've both either gone like we're just going to throw, or this is an exhibition. If it's an exhibition, then it's going to be two old guys showing some skills, not really throwing with power. But if they do go full pelt, then yeah, someone's getting dropped. Like one of them's getting put down, and we're gonna see an old guy like hobble out the ring.
Yeah, I mean, so here's some additional information to consider. I think the reason they've made it an exhibition is because they avoid a couple things. So one thing that they avoid is going through a boxing commission.
Yeah.
So this is not a sanctioned boxing event. Why? Because a sanctioned boxing event would drug test and would also do mental capacity tests on CTE to see if these guys, how damaged they are already. They're both in their 50s. Tyson's 54. Roy Jones is 51. So you've seen Tyson. Everyone's seen Tyson on Instagram right now doing ridiculous things. Roy Jones is equally doing ridiculous things. I'm 54. I know what a 54-year-old body can and can't do. I'm not gifted athletically like those guys, but I do know what it feels like at their age. And my contention is without supplement, without something to help you, it's just not going to work. So if they are or if they're not, it doesn't matter with regard to anyone testing them. No one's testing them, right? So there's that. No one's also testing how damaged they are mentally as well. So there's those two things. With regard to like how it's going to play out, dude, they're going to fight. Like they're going to fight. Like, there's too much pride there. These guys are both champions. Like there's no way they're going to pity pat around. That's not going to happen. So depending on how big their gloves are, there's going to be a fight. Now Tyson's going to come in around 225, 230. Roy Jones is going to come in around 205. Here's where I'm going to start drifting toward my problems. We are picturing an event that has two iconic athletes fighting. And even if they're off their game a little bit, this is what we're thinking. it should still be pretty cool to watch these two guys fight. And what we might be missing is Tyson's last fight was 15 years ago, and he was knocked out by a guy named, who was it, like McBride or something like that. And I want to show you a clip of it here in a second. But Roy Jones has been knocked out brutally, like 4 or 5 times. First time by Antonio Tarver, and then Glenn John, like face first knockouts, which are the worst. Like if you fall and you fall back, you can struggle back. They say a face first knockout is you're fucking done. Like your body has checked out. He's had at least 4 of those. So serious damage. Now the other thing is, how much more damaging to a 50-year-old brain is taking shots than it is to a 30-year-old brain, to a 35-year-old brain, to a 40-year-old brain. Those shots are going to be pretty impactful, man. And so that's my problem. I think, why are we watching it? Like for me, one of the reasons I'm watching it is the same reason as sometimes I like to go into like a little dark place on YouTube and see like a lion take down a wildebeest and watch like life, like weird shit. There's a part of our human nature that wants to watch like stuff that is a little bit uncomfortable, more so than MMA or UFC. This is like something else for me. So will I watch it? Yeah, I'll fucking watch it. Will I enjoy it? Probably for a couple seconds, and then I'm probably gonna get sad because these dudes are 50 years old, and no matter what you feel is gonna happen, I fucking guarantee you it's gonna look pathetic, and it's gonna be, it might have one good round, but it's gonna be a bunch of hanging on to each other and a bunch of standing at distance and throwing shots that are slower and less reactive than they were when these guys were at their best.
Will they be petted up? Probably. Am I okay with that? Yes. Do I have not at all, dude. Like we've talked about like a Goliath fighting championship where you just get fucking like get Pederim fucking like Overeem on Peds and Brock Lesnar to fight each other on Peds. And then we'll have like to me, dude, I don't have an issue with like if you're gonna ped, then at least both guys are doing it rather than just one dude, and him doing it secretly and then smashing some guy, who has no fucking chance. I'm okay with both these old dudes. Again, dude, I also go like this. Muhammad Ali can barely fucking, well, when he was alive, he could barely fucking talk. Like he was a vegetable at the end. That was his choice and his choice of career. If they want to still go get punched in the face, just like Tony Hawk still wants to do a McTwist with a glass of milk in his fucking hand, I'm okay with it because as much as you're an old dude, it's all that they know, dude. That's why Bisping has had 2 knee replacements because he fucking still wants to be able to throw kicks. Like, because he still wants to go to the gym and train. Like, even though he's fully retired and he's never going to fight anyone professionally ever fucking again, he still wants the ability to do so if he wanted to. I assume it's the same for those 2 guys. They're both probably just like, I'm old. I know nothing else. All I'm doing, and dude, Tyson is literally sitting in his mansion. Actually, he's doing press fucking all the time, and he's sitting in his mansion smoking weed. Like, that's all he does. He doesn't have like, what's Tyson's skill? What's his labor like ability? Like, what's he contributing to the economy in America? I guess like
But he's got his own strain.
yeah. I mean, dude, yeah. Obviously, he's doing like cannabis stuff, and he's doing like all that kind of stuff. But I mean, realistically,
I know.
he's not like personally doing anything that's like changing anything. So my point is, dude, if he wants to go punch someone in the fucking face and he wants to go get punched in the face, then Tyson, you go do that though, buddy.
Yeah, I mean,
Like whatever, dude. I'm okay with it. But also, yeah, dude. I mean, at the end of the day, I hope the doctors get into the ring quick. Realistically, I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you about brain function. But what I can tell you is, they're going to throw down. And I'm also going to watch it because just like you, I have a sick place in my mind where I like to watch, street fights on YouTube. And I like to see people fucking throw an omoplata in a street fight and pop a dude's shoulder. It's.
what is that? Let's talk about that. What is that, dude? What is that? Is that like, because that's exactly the promotion of this So there's gonna be casuals that are gonna be like, oh, Tyson against Roy Jones. This is it's the same kind of casuals that are like,
McGregor,
Conor McGregor is the best MMA fighter. He's gonna beat Floyd Mayweather. He's gonna like. Have you seen? Like, there's people that just don't understand any of it that are gonna show up, right? And that might be a big group, right? But there's this other group that we're in that we know what's gonna happen, right? We know it's gonna be kind of a sad situation, and one of them may get knocked out, but they're both going to be so compromised in their skills, and they're like, their conditioning, all of it's just going to go to shit within about a round and a half. We're still watching.
this is
So
if I reckon if we get through 3 rounds, I agree. I think it's going to be Data 500 versus Kimbo Slice. Just not much happening. However, if Tyson just throws the one combination he did on Instagram, which he then later told Joe Rogan that it put him out for a week, if he lands one of those combinations in the first 2 rounds, Roy Jones is done. Same vice versa. If either of them manage to, in the first 2 rounds, like rip a couple of nasty body shots, because I actually think, I'm going to throw something out there, getting clipped as an older guy is a problem. However, if you're like strong, if your training's good, if your neck is strong and whatnot, and also generally, if you've not been knocked out for a long time, typically you're in a better state to take a punch. So these guys, in my opinion, I think the body shots are going to be a problem. I think someone might get dropped with a fucking liver shot because, dude, if you're ripping the body as an old guy, bones do not like that. Internal organs are already getting close to failing. Shit out of those as well. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I personally think that if they land any nasty body shots, that's going to be the big decider of where we go in the fight.
yeah, that's a good point. It's a la like Stipe and Cormier. Cormier did not like it at all. He was 39 or 38 when that fight went down. Yeah. All right. So my prediction for the fight is that Tyson's just bigger. He's going to be 20 to 25 pounds bigger, and Jones has been knocked out numerous times. So I'm going to take Tyson to win, which then is probably going to set Tyson up to fight again, which again is like this whole mixed. I have these mixed emotions. But the only shot Jones has is if he can keep distance for the first couple rounds. Then Jones actually has the skills, sort of. He did. He fucking absolutely had the skills in the past, but his later fights, they're not there.
I was going to say, dude, like, Jones can't utilize his one major tool, which is his Floyd Mayweather-esque head movement. His like incredible, like if you remember Roy Jones Jr. back in the day, hands down, taunting you, like got incredible head movement. People couldn't hit him.
Reflexes, right? His reflexes are up.
You're not fast anymore, bro.
No.
No, like your one tool, your one go-to ain't there anymore. And you can try and tire someone out by moving your head, but as an old man, if you put your hands down for a second, I don't care who you are, Mike Tyson is going to clap you one.
Yeah. Here's the thing as well. Like, technique-wise, it is a really good point that you made. Roy Jones, his entire style was based around his gift, which is incredible otherworldly reflexes, right? He just his like fast twitch muscles were like, if you could rate them, they're like supreme, like up there with, the all-time very best. As that went, that technique that he had with his hands down and very little jabbing now is a problem, right? So now you see his later fights, he does have his hands up, but he hasn't fought this way his whole career. So he doesn't have the same, the same sort of system that most conventional fighters have. Yeah. His system's down here and fucking, just using his trunk and his head and all that. So that's really not served him well, and that's why he's gotten knocked out a few times. Tyson is going to be Tyson. He's going to have his hands up, and he's going to come in, he's going to show, his left hook, his right, his uppercuts. That's all there, dude. It's just not there as often enough. Maybe this first, 3 or 4 combinations will be fast and tight, and then it's going to be slow. So that's where we are with this.
I'll throw another counter out there. It's almost like do you remember watching Derek Lewis versus the giant? What's I fucking want to say Volkov or something. He's 7 foot and he's a white guy who wears like ankle like wraps, like Bravo ankle wraps.
Yeah.
They fought for like a whole fight, and it was just shambles all over the place. And then Derek Lewis out of nowhere is like, whoop-bah! And something in the last round. Like, I think also there's potential for that, dude. No matter how sloppy it gets, both of these guys are technically heavyweights and can throw. Like, it's not like they don't have. The other thing that I will talk about is, as much as they're slower, they still have the core technique. Their muscles remember that twisting the hip and catching them right at the end of that fucking punch is going to be the one that puts them down. You know, they still have that in them. So even if it gets sloppy, like in terms of stamina, in terms of arms being like heavy and dudes like just being tired generally, yes. But if they throw with the correct technique sloppily and someone just happens to be like, oh, hand down a little bit and gets clipped, I think they're still going down, dude. Like, that's another thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got some clips, and I'm thinking, as we're thinking about this, I want to just show the highlights of these guys when they were at their best, and let's fuck the rest of it, right? We're going to see the rest of it in November. So let's just show a couple highlights of these dudes at their best and see, what we loved about them.
What we're hoping for, but what we know we're not going to.
We know we're not going to get. But it's all right.
That we're not going to get.
We're not going to get it. But fuck it. Let's just enjoy these guys, man. This is Mike Tyson against Trevor Bervik. And this is when he was 20 years old fighting for the championship. And, the thing is, like, look at his movement, dude. Look at his, like, they called it the peekaboo movement. Now, Trevor Bervik's the champion, dude. He's a champion of the world.
Dude, do you know what I would say about about Tyson's style? Here's the other thing that we just talked about. Roy Jones is like, oh, slip and slide, move my head, this kind of thing. Tyson's like, I'm a bulldog you. My style is I'm going to eat your punches and just still be in front of you throwing. Like, yeah. There's very little defense from Mike Tyson.
Well, the thing is, Mike Tyson's, wait till you see this next knockdown. This next knockdown you see, watch this. He's going to try to get up 3 times. Right? Okay. This is once. This is Trevor Bervik, dude. Down again. Get up again. Whoa. Boom. Dude, a 1 punch, 3 knockdown fucking situation.
This is what I mean, dude. Like, at the end of the day, Tyson's not a defensive. Like, honestly, like, again, clipped with that jab. Like, heavy clip with that jab.
This is Pinklin Thomas, who is also incredibly gifted, dude.
Oh, he's getting fucked up right now.
Oh, dude. I mean, they all did.
Boom, dead.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'll counter you with you. You know how you said if you fall face first, you're down and out?
Yeah.
I think that's bullshit, dude. I think that's a wives' tale. I think it's entirely based on your equilibrium in the moment, and like if you're fucking moving backwards or if you're moving forwards, like when you get hit. I don't think the amount of knocked out you are dictates the direction at which you fall.
All right, well, here's what I would say. Find me a knockdown where someone falls heavily face first and they get up. It's very rare. You're not going to find one, dude.
Dude, I'm going to...
Look at this. Look at that, dude. Yeah, so, I mean, this is Tyson.
Some nice and there's some fucking...
Incredible.
Tyson there. But do you know what I was going to say? The one thing that I always remember from watching Tyson fights as a kid is his fucking, like, what I would call almost like Rock'em Sock'em Robots kind of entry, where he's got hands up and he does this, like, rock and then throws. Like, whoop, 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 and you're like, oh, God.
That's his peekaboo style, dude. So, exactly. That's what he learned, dude. Because, Tyson's small. I mean, short. He's fighting guys that are 6'4", 6'3". Tyson's 5'10".
But dude, right? Let's also talk about this. Be real. So I want you to, like, I know he's like icon level for you. In that fight just then, he got clipped. He got clipped with an uppercut there. Left, right. That Tyson just got clipped with.
This is Mitch Blood Green. And these guys were neighborhood bullies. Or neighborhood rivals, rather. And there was a lot of smack talk. But yeah, dude, this is my point. Like, Mike Tyson... Dude, toward the end, he was getting clipped. Like, I won't show some of these, these other clips because it's just no need to. But this is not what we're going to see at all.
But dude, as much as I'm like, yes, this is amazing, and he's fucking moving his head here, he's also getting tagged as much as the thing with Tyson is he overwhelms you with power.
Yeah.
that he is an insanely technical or insanely amazing fighter in any way, shape, or form.
Fuck it, dude. I'm going to show this. I am going to show this. Fuck it. This is Kevin McBride, dude. This is the last guy he fought.
Boom. Uppercut. See? He's just doing what he normally does, which is just hanging in the pocket.
He is, dude. He's hanging there, but look, and he's throwing, dude. He's throwing leather. So this is what Tyson will bring. But look at these punches. Now, these punches now are like more solid that are hitting him.
That one staggered him.
This dude, Kevin McBride, is an unknown journeyman, dude. You've never heard of him since or after this fight. That's how low Tyson's skills went. This guy is not an accomplished fighter. He's a run-of-the-mill guy they put in front of him just to get a win. And this is what happened, dude. This is what you're going to, this was 15 fucking years ago, dude.
That's what I'm saying, dude. So that's my full point is even at his prime, Tyson's still getting hit. Like, in this fight, fucking Tyson's getting hit and he can't stand up. The only difference is that he's, like we said, he's older, he's slower. He doesn't have the ability to fucking, do this shit the way he used to. So as much as, like I said, dude, in his prime, incredible. His pressure, that's the thing. There's some fighters like Nate Diaz, Nick Diaz, George Masvidal, people like that fucking Colby Covington, the Kamaru Usmans that have this pressure that is unfucking relenting. It doesn't matter how many times you fucking hit them, they're still going to be in front of you. That was Tyson's game when he was younger. Guess what?
Totally.
That doesn't work when you're older.
And it's this pressure, right? It's not just like physical pressure. It's like, it's an energy that's just bearing down on you the whole time. It's like you have trouble breathing with that dude, right? Yeah. So let's look at Roy, man. I mean, we've seen these, but we've never seen this. We've never seen this since him, dude. Like Lomachenko has his own thing, but as far as like pure fucking reflexes, Roy Jones was like no other fighter ever, dude. He just had fucking incredible hands down, I'll fucking tag you with whatever, whenever, however. And it was unbelievable.
You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of like a young Conor McGregor, actually. Like, he reminds me of this like uber confident, like gonna talk some shit and know that I can back it up in like the striking department at least. Oh, look at that movement. Fuck, him slipping to the side then was gorgeous. Holy shit.
I mean, he was beautiful, dude. Look at this. I mean, unreal.
Speed of those fucking punches, holy shit.
Yeah. I mean, Roy Jones, you talk about Muhammad Ali, you talk about Sugar Ray Leonard. Roy Jones, to me, had more reflexes than those two dudes. He was incredible. So I'll just finish with this is when he's just a younger guy. Let's look at it. This is his last fight, dude. This is again with this dude Enzo Maccarinelli, who's again another journeyman fighter. And Roy Jones is just, let's see here. Let me get it to the fight. But, we're just seeing a different guy, dude. And this was 5 years ago. Dude. Roy Jones is fighting this guy.
Tom.
Yeah.
Instantly prevalent. Look at just the way Roy is moving. So let's talk about just the movement. He's flat-footed. He's not dancing around like he was before. Oh my God, that dude is piecing him up. Oh my God. That right hand over the top was fucking filthy. Holy shit.
And Roy has fallen like that 4 or 5 times where he just doesn't know where he is. And this is whatever. All right, I'm going to pull us off that. So yeah, I mean, we know what we're going to get. We're still going to watch it. I hope both guys stay healthy. And I actually hope both guys make a fucking ton load of money. I do. I really think, let's celebrate these two dudes because they were amazing in their day and we're still talking about them. Like there's still fighting going on right now. And we're talking about Roy Jones, who's fought 5 years ago, and Mike Tyson, who fought 15 years ago. And neither of those dudes have been in their prime for 20 fucking years. And we want to see these dudes.
Dude, then they deserve the paycheck for getting back in the ring.
I agree.
We're chugging through. We're loving doing this stuff for you guys. If you want to support us, if you want to make sure that we can keep getting, better quality set, better quality lights, make the filming better.
Bigger batteries for the camera.
Bigger batteries for the camera.
Yes!
All that kind of stuff. You can do that by just liking, following the page and subscribing to the YouTube channel. That is what really makes a difference to us.